Welcome back into Eternus. This is Echo, and this is a Minecraft world that's meant to last forever. No resets, no speedrunning, and no idea what I'm doing half of the time. This is a slow, peaceful survival world where progress happens one block at a time, and mistakes are made several blocks at a time. Some episodes are relaxing, some are perfect for falling asleep to, and some are just me wandering around, wondering why I thought mining straight down was a great idea. Every block has a purpose. Every block is placed forever. This is Eternus. Let's not try to break it. Welcome back in. All right, and we're back. Today we're going to the Nether. But first, we got to prepare a little bit. Okay, so I crafted some iron gear because I'm not wearing my diamond gear into the Nether for the first time. I've learned my lesson the hard way. And I also crafted a gold helmet because if you're wearing gold, the piglins, they're not going to attack you. So just make sure you wear that. Again, I've learned the hard way. You know, this horse still isn't super fast. I think we're going to have to find another one. Okie dokie. So, we're going to put our diamond stuff in here for safekeepings because we never know where we're going to spawn in the Nether. If we spawn in like a soul sand valley with a bunch of skeletons and what have you, I don't want to be wearing my diamond armor and lose it all. So we got our flint and steel, an iron sword. We're gonna keep that. Put this here. Honestly, because I don't know where we're gonna spawn, I'm gonna put all my goodies over here. We'll keep that. We're gonna keep the bow and arrow just because, in case there are skeletons. We got our obsidian, our flint and steel. I'm gonna make a bunch of torches just so I don't get lost. Again, this is just because I have no idea where we're gonna spawn in the Nether. Also, beds blow up, so I'm not gonna take that. Put my iron back. Well, actually, we have plenty, so let's take that just in case. And a crafting table. An axe. I think we'll need an axe. And we're definitely going to need a pickaxe, so we'll make that next. Okay. I think most of this is pretty replaceable. I'll keep that. I don't know. We'll put that in there just in case we need another flint and steel. The gems or the emeralds are going to stay. Have that. That's that. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. And over here, we're going to get some stone, some cobblestone. Couple stacks. 1, 2. That'll be enough. So we can mark our way home if we need to with the cobblestone and torches. Oh, I can't wait to make our starter build. It's going to be really close to here. I think I've got a few ideas still. Shield. Extra shield. Ours is a little over half. I hope we don't have to use all of that, but again, if we spawn somewhere perilous, we might need that. I'm hoping for a crimson forest. I don't really want to make another portal anywhere in there. Maybe up here for now. Okay. So what you need to do, and I'm gonna do it with the least blocks as possible because we don't have a lot available right now. So 1, 2, and then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 over here. And I think we're gonna go one more. So like that and that. So you don't need them on the corners, I guess is what I'm saying. So now we're gonna light the nether portal. Click. All right. And let's get our crafting table. And we're gonna create some fence gates. That way nothing from the nether can enter the overworld. Just in case like a piglin zombie follows us in. I'm not dealing with that. Oops. Can you go closer? That seems pretty far out. Oh, just the sound gives me anxiety. I guess that's where we're gonna have to put it. Oops, I only made one. Yeah, so anything that follows us back out of the nether is gonna stay right in there. It's not gonna eat my poor little villagers that we haven't got yet. Here we go, kids. Yes! Not a soul sand valley. Okay, I see a warped forest. And not a soul sand valley. I'm gonna call this a win. Oh, that's a piglin zombie. Zombie piglin. Just taking the coordinates so in case we get lost, we can find our way back. And I'm going to kind of protect our portal here. So I'm going to make it a little area here. Doesn't have to be very big, but just big enough so that, you know, nothing follows us in and is protected. I also just, you know, word for the wise. I always take an extra flint and steel and an extra obsidian, just in case, you know, we get somewhere and our portal despawns, or not despawns, but our portal gets ruined somehow. We always have an extra. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a little box. I don't really care what it looks like at this point, I just want it to be protected. Alright, and if we weren't wearing gold, these piglins, maybe not the zombie ones so much, but the regular piglins would attack us. So the gold is where it's at. Obviously, I forgot my crafting table. This is like crafting table number 8. Or 9 or 10. And same as on the other side, I'm going to put 2 gates here just so we are kind of protected. I mean, obviously a ghast can get through there, but look at that warped forest. I think that's what it's called. Beautiful. So you see nether quartz, you see nether gold. It is important to make sure you do not mine nether gold around piglins. These are all zombie piglins. Boo! Let's see if we can find a normal piglin. I think I see one way over there. So at this point, we're looking for quartz, which is the stuff on the floor that's kind of white and conical shaped. But I'm just taking a peek around. I think that is a nether fortress. Is that? Why is it so foggy? I see a not a warped forest, a crimson forest, which is right here. So you get crimson trees and stuff. This looks like soul sand. That can't be soul sand. I think it's just the color difference. I don't know. Yeah, this is nylium. Alright, I do think we have another fortress over there, which would be spectacular for blaze rods. Wither skeletons, things like that. I'm just looking around. I don't want to get lost, but... Not too bad. This is a pretty docile place to spawn. I've spawned in places like Soul Sand Valley and it's scary. So what I just did was I put up just some pillars with blocks that don't belong in the Nether so I know where we are. And I put the torch facing the direction we need to go. Because again, I get lost in a paper bag. I still haven't seen a normal piglin. These are all zombie piglins. And again, I am right-clicking on those to put them out. Yeah, that is definitely something we're going to have to look at. That's not a bastion, that is another fortress. That's going to be wonderful to explore later on. Not too bad of a spawn. I'm pretty impressed with this. I wanted some soul sand, or soul soil. But, you know, your first go at the Nether, this is pretty nice. I'll take it. So this is netherrack. Mine's pretty easy with a pickaxe. Put these out. I don't want this overrun with fire. Wow. That's some pretty good gear. Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to come to the Nether semi-early is because I wanted some quartz just in case I decide to build with quartz. Which is, again, that conical, right here, conical shaped block. And you get XP from that. So. It's pretty nice. Yeah, there it is. So we have netherrack and nether quartz. So far. And again, none of these mobs are bothering us because I put a gold helmet on. They sound scarier than they are when you're wearing gold. If you're not wearing gold, you better, you know, run. Alright, I'm gonna... that's too far down. Help, here we go. I want to check out this warped forest. I loved warped wood. It's teal, and I love that color. Wow, look at that. We had a good spawn, guys. I'm not impressed with this. The only thing I didn't do, I did not bring a hoe. And that is the best way to mine, quote unquote mine. See those like tealy blocks? Those are like, I mean, it's called a warped stem, but it's basically wood. But the leaves are like a mushroom. And those are shroom lights. So, again, I could probably make one, but we'll just go at it like this. And if we were smart, we would collect some of the nylium on the bottom here so that we can grow our own warped. And the same idea with crimson, excuse me. Yeah, look at that. eventually I'd like to include this in our tree farm. But the outside is like this purpley blue, and the inside, when you strip it, it's completely like tealy turquoise color. Love it. Then the shroom lights, I like to include those in the builds too, so we'll take a couple of those as we go. Yeah, shroom lights. Yeah, allegedly, I mean, this is just one big mushroom, like I said. But you could, nowadays, you can make planks, stairs, slabs out of this kind of quote-unquote wood. So I included in the wood section. Makes a cool noise when you mine it. To make a warped stem or a warped tree, you take a piece of the nylium that it's sitting on, that warped nylium, and you use a warped fungus, which is like the warped... Oh, I hear a ghast. Where is that? You take a warped mushroom, which is like the blue color, and you put it on the nylium and it will grow. And same idea with the crimson, that the red one, the red mushroom tree. You get the red nylium, you get the red... There's a ghast! You get the red nylium, the red mushroom, and you can grow a red crimson tree. Ghasts make me nervous. They spit fireballs. You can right click and return to sender. Kind of like a baseball game, but 50% of the time I miss. I think you need silk touch for this. The nylium. So we're gonna have to wait for that. I don't see a ghast anywhere. I just hear endermen, which often spawn in a warped forest. Get some warped root too. I'm not quite sure what those do, but they're pretty. This is a pretty big warped forest. I don't really want to get lost, so I'm gonna go back to where closer to where our little totem is. Yeah, okay, I can see it. I wonder if you could make an Enderman farm in the warped forest. You know, I've always heard about Enderman farms in the end, but because they spawn so frequently in the warped forest, we should look into that. Because man, do they give XP. Look at them all. Don't look at them in the eyes. Look at that lava lake. It's huge. We'll get to this in the other episode, in another episode, but there are little guys you can ride around on the lava using, and I mean, you can ride around them on them anyway, but to steer them, you can use a fishing rod with a carrot on a stick, or I think it's a warped fungus on a stick, and you can kind of lead them where you want to go. So you can get across those huge lava lakes, but you know, it takes some work. I've never built with netherrack, but I'm not against it. It's plentiful. Alright, let's find our way back up this way. Ooh! I can't make it that far. Let's see if we can. Can we pillar? Oh, a magma cube. So you use, if you kill a magma cube, you get magma cream. And you use that a lot for potions. But they're feisty little buggers, so I don't know if I'm quite ready to, no! You better get ready pretty quick. No, I don't think we're ready to go after these yet. We don't have any good armor, so abort, abort. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm impressed. That is not a bad spawn. Cool, cool. Alright, we're gonna kind of organize things here. I'm gonna get our Silk Touch pickaxe, because I do want some nylium. So let's go back to the Nether. Hopefully we don't lose our Silk Touch pickaxe. But we'll see. Thankfully, it's a pretty non-hostile area if you have your gold on. Here we go. Oh, there's a zombie piglin, piglin baby. Let's make our way down here so we can get some of the nylium. Yeah, look at those goodies. We only need a couple. You know what I should have brought as a hoe? Then we could have mined the mushroom quote-unquote leaves faster. We'll take this mushroom. This is a crimson fungus. And these are warped fungus. Another thing to know is if you carry a warped fungus in your hand and you see I'm not sure what they're called, but they look like a big hog, and you put that warped mushroom down, they will avoid you. They're scared of them. Ugh. Look at that. I'm terrified of falling into the lava and the Nether. Always be very careful when mining in the Nether, because even if it looks like it has a lot of depth to the area with netherrack, it's probably pretty shallow, and you will fall to your death into a lava pool. I do want some soul sand, so eventually we're gonna have to find a soul sand valley. Not too much going on up here. I feel like this warped forest goes on for quite a while. Just kind of getting my bearings. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. If I was smart, I would have brought some potions of fire resistance or even worn some fire resistance outfits, but I didn't know where we were gonna spawn and I didn't want to lose anything good. Before we go, I'm gonna look over here. So far, all I don't see anything else besides the biome that we're in. And over here is continuing of the, oh my, this is one of those big hogs I was hoglin. That's what it's called, a hoglin. Run, run. They're feisty little guys. I wish I had a crimson, oh yeah, I do. I have a warped fungus, watch. Boop. Don't put it, no, no, too close. Too close. I'm gonna run over here and put it down. Oh, you know, you could get pork chops from it. You could use some pork chops. All right. Okay. I was too stressed out to put down my warped fungus, but that's when you do it. Kind of put it down nearest where you are, and they won't bother you. There. So that's how you would set up a warped tree fungus. Let's put this out. And the thing about the crimson fungus or crimson wood is it has a really pretty like purpley color. That's cool to build with. I'm just gonna put another pillar here so we know where we're going. I don't think it goes much farther, but I could have sworn this was soul sand, but you know what? It looks like it's just near the nylium. So it looks like soul sand, but I think it's netherrack. That's too bad. I'm not ready to deal with gas yet. Ooh, okay. So we got a crimson nylium and a warped nylium and a warped fungus and a crimson fungus. So we have enough stuff so that we are able to build or grow those items in the overworld. But the reason we were here is I wanted to get some nether quartz for a build for our trading hall / storage unit. But I was just too nervous. I needed to see what was going on first. If you start mining the gold that's there, those piglins are gonna come at you, even if you're wearing gold. I think. I've kind of had enough of nether though. It was a good intro, but it makes me nervous. Let's put all this stuff away. So this barrel is, I made it a barrel so it's kind of stands out, but this is where we're going to keep our like nether gear that we wear into the nether. So all this stuff, because I don't want this. I don't want to use nether tools. I mean, iron tools. Put that, we'll keep this stuff and then we'll put back our regular gear. There. Much better. Ugh. This is stressing me out. This inventory. All right, Humphrey. We're leaving. Maybe. All right, back to our little shack. We'll put some of this. We don't have any room. We should make a barrel. Yeah, this barrel is going to be for nether items. Until we have our storage area. So everything we find in the nether is going to go in here. I guess the gold could go somewhere else, but we'll keep it here for now. Everything else is a mess. Might as well have this a mess. Alright, where can we put down... I want to kind of... We'll take the bone meal. I want to make some warped and crimson mushrooms. Tree mushrooms. I call them trees. Spoiler. But where is there going to be room? Not near here. There's not much room here either. What about over... Let's go over here. There. Just get rid of this. There'll be plenty of room. This isn't going to be our tree forest, I don't think. So we'll just kind of clear this out a little so we have more of a space. Check out the shovel. It's like insta-block. Insta-break. So satisfying. Alright, so we'll dig a couple holes to put our nylium in. I just don't know where. That's too many. That's too many. This'll do. There. And we'll do a couple warped nylium. We have more warped than we do crimson, so. And the mushrooms, or the fungi, they look like mushrooms to me, but they're fungi. And we'll bone meal them. And look at that! And a shroom light. All right. We'll have to get a hoe so that we can really, I guess the axe works for the quote-unquote wood itself, but the shroom part, the leaf part, usually does better with a hoe. Yeah, so watch this. Look at these pretty colors. So we have this and this, and then we have the stripped, which is purple, purpley pink, and turquoisey. It's so pretty. And you can make planks and you can make stairs, like I said. So warped planks and crimson planks. And they can be made into a bunch of different building options, if I could even spell. That's pretty cool, huh? I think so. We'll just kind of work with what we got and take this down. After this, we'll probably wrap up for the day. In the next coming episodes, honestly, my focus is the trading hall storage room. I'm tired of living in a chest monsters. It's stressing me out. So that's our plan. And then after that, I kind of want to clear out for our first real base. I'm not much of a builder. I like building, but it's not my favorite. So I kind of put it off forever and ever and ever until I can't put it off any longer. But at this point, trading hall, storage room, starter house. Not starter house. We had our little hidey hole. But that'll be it. I'm having a blast though. I'm like falling in love with this world. I hope you guys are too. Please like and subscribe, and you know, if you have any suggestions or things you want to see, leave a comment because I'd love to hear it. I love feedback. Backseat gaming is definitely encouraged here. I'm learning as I go. I'm usually a Bedrock player. So I wanted to learn Java. I'll have to make their own little test for this because I wanna build with them. But anyway, if you like it, like I said, like and subscribe, and I can't wait to come back in for the next episode. It's been great. It's awesome fun. Look at that. Love it. I'll see you guys next time.